There are things that we experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in a corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us, share your story, share your evidence, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is Ghostbox Radio.
This is Ghostbox Radio on AM 950, where every week we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, or just the unusual. My name is Greg Bakken, and thank you very much for joining me today. Boy, did I have quite the weekend. I just came from a paranormal investigation to come in and do the show today. I don't know if we've mentioned it before, and I'm sure we have, but I team up with my guest host on the show, Char Savoy, and we do paranormal classes, and it's not something where at the end you get a diploma saying you're a paranormal investigator or anything silly like that. All it is us telling people this is, giving thoughts and theories and best practices through our years of experiences to do respectful and really enriching paranormal investigations. And so when we do these classes, if you go through our class, at the end, we do a paranormal location and we do an investigation there, and it's pretty off the charts. We just got back from the Grand House in Rush City, Minnesota, and that was outstanding last night. We actually did a live on Facebook. If you go to MN Ghostbox, or if you go to my own profile page, you can rewatch that. It's pretty incredible. And we are offering that class again. That's starting up April 4th, and you can go to charvinity.com. And when you go there, you are going to be able to sign up for classes. There's 5 classes, 5 weeks. And once you get through that, we invite you to a paranormal investigation with your fellow classmates. So it's not like you get thrown into the wolves. We really prepare people, and it's a lot of fun. So I would highly recommend checking it out, signing up. So many people say to me, boy, I would love to investigate with you. Boy, I'd love to know what it's like to be on a paranormal investigation. This is a fantastic opportunity to do so. Once again, go to www.charvinity.com, CHARVINITY, and you go there and it says upcoming courses and classes. Click on that. You're going to find the paranormal class there. Sign up for it. Starting April 4th. It's going to be incredible. And that's the thing, too. Once you get into it, it stays in your blood. And I just went from the Grand House, which is beautiful, amazing, very active. But a couple weeks ago, I was at a place that was also extraordinarily active, really wonderful. Just a beautiful location, and I wanted to talk about it very badly. I have with me today Stephanie O'Reilly. She's the owner of the haunted McIntyre Villa in Atchison, Kansas, and this is an absolutely beautiful location. We're going to talk all about it. We're going to talk about not only just the history of it, but we're also going to talk about how you can have a chance to investigate there. But I'm really excited because in the third segment, we're going to also talk about how we had some EVPs sent to us by Stephanie that you're going to really love to listen to. So, Stephanie, welcome to Ghostbox Radio.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to invite all of our listeners to join into the conversation. You can do so if you want to call in and ask a question to Stephanie about the McIntyre Villa on air. You can call in at 952-946-6205, or you can email us a comment. The email address for the station is comment@am950radio.com. We are live on AM 950 Radio, but also streaming video on the following Facebook pages. You can watch us on AM 950, Things Network, Paranormal United Network, and MN Ghostbox, as well as a new page, Free Spirited. Plus, we have, I was just going to say the free spirited thing, and I already have it written down, so I don't know what I'm doing over here today. But please go like that page and feel free to leave comments at all these Facebook pages because we'll read them. And if you have a question for Stephanie that way, we'll read those on the air also. But the one thing I have to say, Stephanie, is you have an amazing paranormal location. But I think as we just found out, you do not have a grasp on technology, okay? And I think that this needs to be pointed out to the world because, if I may, Stephanie, being the audiophile that she is, and picked up that there was this big hum in the audio as she was trying to talk to us. You thought that you could fix it, right? And what ended up happening was
I fixed it.
You fixed it. You fixed it very well, and you hung up on us. So
Yes.
that was exciting, and nothing like being hung up by your guest seconds before we go on the air. So I thought that was really exciting, and I know Adam, who is new here. I think I think he appreciated that as well. So thank you very much for that. Now I want to get into the villa. As far as talking about it on radio, I was in there a couple weeks back. Absolutely amazing. What is the history of this place?
The history is that, well, what I know so far, Mr. McIntyre, or Mr. John McIntyre, was from Ireland. He came over, I think he was in Pennsylvania or Indiana. Anyway, he ended up in Atchison in around 1860, and he had a business. He was a saddle and harness maker. And that's how he made his money. He was also in real estate.
Okay. So, sorry, go ahead. I don't know if there's more to it or not.
Oh, that was that's Mr. McIntyre. I guess just how he got to Atchison.
That is the story of how he got to Atchison. I guess, the thing is like, what do you have any idea what makes this place so haunted? Because you tell that story, and it's like, that's a great story of immigration. That's a great story of someone starting a new life. It doesn't tell the story about how this is it's a very strong location for activity.
Yes, it's people have asked me, just people who check in and do their overnights, like, who is haunting the McIntyre Villa? Who's my favorite spirits? Why are they here? I honestly, and it might sound bad. I'm not trying to sound, weird, but I don't know. I don't know who's haunting the villa. I don't know why it's so haunted. I've never really been into history until I bought the villa, and I'm learning to like history. So I'm digging. I get more and more information every time I look something up about the house. But I assume that John McIntyre is here. I honestly don't know. So I think anybody can come through. My dad helped me buy the house. He passed away a year ago, April, in Arizona. And he has come through, not just to me. He rarely talks to me, but he talks to a lot of people who spend the night here. So I think, honestly, when people ask me who's here, I have no idea.
And that's okay, too, because you're right. I totally agree with what you're saying about that. And as it happened, the event that I joined in with Christy, you, and Lindia that put together for charity, that night we were downstairs in the basement, and with one of the attendees, her grandmother came through the spirit box that night. And that was just my personal story of exactly how that works. And it's... do you feel like, and maybe, I don't know if you look at it this way, but do you feel like that the villa is some sort of like kind of a meeting place for spirits?
I don't know. I know it is kind of crazy. I had one group that actually just booked it just to talk to their friend who passed away. That was the only reason, nothing else, just to talk to their friends. So maybe it is a meeting place.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What is it about the place that drew you to it?
Well, I always just joked around about, because I like going ghost hunting. I'm no professional at all. I always just joke, like, if anything ever happened, if anything, if ever come across a house that's haunted, I'm like, I would be so good at this. I don't know why I thought I would be, but I never even imagined that something would be for sale and haunted, but especially the villa. I mean, something like this, crazy. So that's what drew me to it. I stayed at another location and someone had mentioned there's a house for sale and it's haunted. And it's the only reason I bought it.
Because it was
I
haunted.
mean, so that's what just because it's haunted. Yep.
Now, what was did you buy it with the idea that you wanted to turn it into a place for people to come to, or did you just buy it and just like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet?
Nope. I knew exactly. Well, I'm not obsessed with anything. It's kind of crazy. I'm not obsessed with anything at all, but there was something about this house. I actually live about an hour away. And I would just get my car and drive out here and just look at the house. I mean, it was just really bizarre to me. But there was just something about this house. I always knew, I called my mom actually and just joked and asked her, hey, you want to co-sign on a haunted house? And she called my dad, and 5 minutes later she called me back saying, your dad will do it. And I was like, what? And I was just joking. So when he said he'll do it, I'm like, okay. And never with the intention to live here. And never. Always wanted to, as soon as he said yes, I knew exactly. I just wanted to do overnights.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And not to, I'm, like I said, not a professional. I've never had my own business. So whatever I do in the house, like, if I decorate a certain way or I have board games or, coffee or espresso, it's because I like that stuff, not to go above and beyond. So I like the fact that I can put things I like in here, and hopefully everybody else does too. But that was my only intention, to just have people spend the night and hopefully like the things that I like.
That's a cool reason. That's a very cool reason to do this. Why don't we do this? We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with Stephanie O'Reilly. She is the owner of the McIntyre Villa in Atchison, Kansas. You are listening to Ghost Box Radio on AM 950.
Hi, I'm Angela Warner for Warner Stellian. These days, replacing your appliances can be a major headache. Supply chain issues, price increases, inexperienced assistants, feels like the cards are stacked against you. But at Warner Stellian, the only thing we stack are the savings. And through Monday, the savings are incredible. Get $50 to $500 back for each qualifying appliance. You could save over $3,700, and that's before sale prices and bundle rebates. No one else has these deals, so hurry into Warner Stellian now through Monday.
Victor's 1959 Cafe on Grand Avenue is a little piece of Cuba right in South Minneapolis. All of your Cuban favorites are there, like the mango pancakes, sandwich cubano, eggs Havana, Cuban pork barbecue sandwich, and more. Victor's has their dining room open for seating with no reservations required. Plus, they still do takeout and delivery. So have a taste of authentic Cuban cuisine at Victor's 1959 Cafe, located off of 38th and Grand in South Minneapolis. More at victors1959cafe.com.
Hello, this is Ellie Krug with Ellie 2.0 Radio. Now my show will be on Saturdays from 10 to 11 and replayed on Sundays from 1 to 2. You will get to the best of Ellie 2.0 with talking about idealism, with guests who come in and who are idealistic, who are trying to change the world, and you will get me, Super Idealist. Tune in. We can't wait to hear from you, and you'll hear from me Saturdays from 10 to 11.
Hi, everyone. AM 950 is grateful to the listeners who stepped up in the last year and helped support the radio station by becoming members. As we move forward, it's still important to help support small businesses like AM 950. We have memberships at any financial level, either a one-time donation or a recurring one, and we appreciate any support. We've already featured a lot of members-only bonus content like the calendars, but we have more benefits coming soon. To become a member, go to am950radio.com. That's am950radio.com. Click on the Become a Member button and sign up today. Thanks from everyone at AM 950.
You may not think of it, but winter is a great time to take care of those exterior home projects. This is Chad, owner of AM 950 for Snap Construction. Most people wait until the warmer months for their exterior home projects, but labor costs are actually lowest in the winter. And that's true for the contractor I trust, Snap Construction. Arguably the most well-reviewed exterior contractor and insulation contractor in the metro. Are you noticing ice dams on your house, or is your furnace constantly running and you're still not comfortable? In addition to your exterior home projects, Winter is also a great time to get your insulation checked with a free energy audit from Snap Construction. The average cost to upgrade your insulation is oftentimes less than a new furnace. Plus, there are rebates available from your energy provider when you upgrade your insulation. As always, Snap Construction stands by their work with a lifetime craftsmanship warranty. So don't wait for prices to rise in the warmer months. Get a free estimate now by calling 612-333-SNAP, 612-333-SNAP, or go to snapconstruction.com.
And welcome back to Ghostbox Radio on AM 950. My name is Greg Bach, and thank you for joining us. Our guest today is Stephanie O'Reilly, who is the owner of the McIntyre Villa in Atchison, Kansas. I just had an amazing stay there, very high activity. We've just been talking in the last segment a little bit about what the place is like, what's going on there. Next segment, we are going to be sharing some EVPs of spirit communication that has been picked up over time at the villa. But I wanted to kind of talk. We had someone in the chat, and first of all, I do want to say to folks, if you want to find out more about the McIntyre Villa, go to Facebook and just type in 1889 McIntyre Villa, McInteer Villa, and you'll be able to see this place for itself, because unfortunately with radio, you know, you don't really have pictures, but this place is so beautiful, so well kept. It's just absolutely amazing. Now, if you're watching my live feed, you'll see that the microphone keeps moving away from me. I'm not sure if it's paranormal or just this radio station falling apart. Adam, what is it? Yeah, I thought you weren't ready.
Definitely the station is falling apart.
Wow, a skeptic, I tell you. So, and he's been here for a week, and he's already telling us that the station's falling apart. So here we go. Someone put in the chat that they said that the house was calling you and the spirits wanted you there. Dina put that in there. Do you subscribe to such things as that? Because I wanted to add to that, as you said, that your father has reached out to you there, which is beautiful. And it just feels like, because of what he did to help you get this place, it just seems to make sense that perhaps that is why he likes to communicate with you there.
I'm honestly, he doesn't talk to me that often. He talks to other people. But when I go to other locations, and I try to, even though I have my own location, I still like to go to other places. And so many people have come up to me and said, do you know somebody from the villa follows you? And I'm like, what? No, they don't. And they're like, yes. But I don't think it's my dad. But because they said this before he passed away, that, I mean, it's just kind of crazy that different people, I've never obviously posted that, and I don't go around telling people that I have somebody you can't see follow me.
Mm-hmm.
But so, yeah, people have told me that there's somebody that follows me because they want me to come back to the villa. But like I said earlier, I'm not obsessed with anything, but I just kept driving by this house and I kept looking it up. I went on a cruise with my brother and his wife, and I'm like, look at this house, look at it. And it was there's just something about this house. I don't know what it is. I'm normally like very modern stuff, like very, like just unique and modern, and like bright colors, things like that. Air conditioning. This is none of that. This is not that. So, but there was something that was just drawing me to this house.
And so you had said that you're not a professional paranormal investigator, which means I like you right away. And when I say that, you got to have fun doing this, right? I mean, this is kind of, I feel like people can sometimes take this a little seriously. I don't know if you ever noticed that or not.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
So, I mean, yeah. Have you been someone who's kind of been into the paranormal all your life, or is this, how long have you been doing this?
Well, nothing happened, as a child, and I'm, wanting to figure it out. I mean, I've never even thought twice about a ghost, but I went to the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, mm-hmm. probably about 9 years ago, and I saw all these, crazy people on a ghost tour, and I just thought, idiots. But so I didn't take the ghost tour. I just, did my thing. And in the middle of the night, about 3 a.m, I heard somebody ordering room service. I didn't hear them ordering it, but I heard them they were delivering their room service.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's room service at this hour. And then I went back to the Crescent Hotel and I took the ghost tour with all the other idiots. And they were talking about a squeaky wheeled gurney that gets pushed down the hallway on the 3rd floor between 3 and 4 in the morning. And I'm like, what? That seriously is what got me into ghost hunting. Is a squeaky wheeled gurney at the Crescent Hotel.
Because you wanted to see the ghost of the gurney.
Yes. Yes. Ghost of the gurney. Yes. I'm putting it on a shirt, I swear.
Now, this is why I really enjoyed being out at the event with all of you and being at the villa, because this is what it is. There's times to take things seriously in the investigation, but there's also times to laugh and have fun. And it was really fun to see all the attendees take part in it too, and be able to have great conversations with spirits, as well as just getting together and just having a good time and just enjoying it. And that seemed like the atmosphere that you brought to the investigation as well as to the villa itself.
Yes, I'm not a very structured kind of person. So I probably should be more structured when it comes to events, but I just like to just go with the flow. And I think people are a little more relaxed that way. I mean, we have a schedule, like we're going to go this room or this floor here, and do things like that. But it's not so serious with the questions. It's not, I mean, I know there are people, like you said, very serious about it, very serious. And that's great. I am just not one of those people. Lots of my EVPs are my loud laugh. I mean, that's because I just like to have fun. But I also know when to be quiet. But that's how I like to do my events, I just like to have fun.
And I think it's fair to point out to folks too, not to be confused with serious versus respect, right? Because
Correct.
There's a lot of respect at these investigations. Serious doesn't mean that, it's just, because there's so many times I go to investigations where people are like, do you like being dead? I'm like, why are you asking questions like that? That's ridiculous. And instead we ended up, I'm not going to get into what we talked about in the basement with our group as you joined us, but it's certainly not the normal thing. But what did we get? We got reaction from spirits, and we got good reaction, and we got and people were laughing, and better than almost anyone, because you do this every weekend, you do it all the time, you live in a place, when a spirit is actually laughing, when a spirit's having fun. You get it. You know it.
Yes. And I'm not sure yet if I walked in on the right time or the wrong time in the basement. But I will say, so that same evening, when you guys were in the basement, earlier that evening, I was up in the library, and there was a lady talking to who we think was Charles, the guy who committed suicide, and he was in the military. She was in the military, and she was just having a very night, just sweet heart-to-heart conversation with him. And it wasn't like, she's never ghost hunted before, but she was just having like, I understand PTSD, and I'm so sorry. And so it's like two opposite types of investigating, but she was getting crazy responses too.
Yes.
We got I'm like, is somebody next to you? And she goes, I don't know, but it feels like somebody's next to me. And we picked up, I'm right next to you, in a singy kind of tone. But so you can be serious, you can still have fun, but it's always respectful. And there's just some really good, I think I describe my house as very interactive.
It is. Oh my God, it is. And also that woman, she was outstanding on her own. And I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yes.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we take our next break? When we come back, we're going to do some EVPs from the villa. We're going to have a great conversation. You are listening to Ghostbox Radio on AM 950.
Patrick here for Zero Res. Believe it or not, it's time for spring cleaning. Get ahead of the spring cleaning season with over $100 in savings. You're not the only one who's tired of winter. Your carpets are too. There's only one real way to get all that gunk out of your home, and that is by calling our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. Get 3 rooms Zero Resified from the Twin Cities' #1 carpet cleaner starting at just $135. Plus, take $75 off your air duct cleaning to get that true spring cleaning feel. Call Zero Res right now, 952-ZERO-RES, or go online to ZeroResMinnesota.com and say you want the AM 950 special. Backward or forward spells the same, Zero Res. And there are hundreds of reasons to call our friends at Zero Res, but did you know they specialize in flooring replacement too? Check out Z-Floors.com. That's Z-Floors.com.
I'm Candy Brothel, publisher of the Twin Cities edition of Natural Awakenings magazine and host of Green Tea Conversations, a news show for people who are on a journey to take responsibility for their health and play a more active role in their family's well-being. Join me every Sunday at 10 a.m. as I interview local experts who share the latest in natural holistic approaches in a fun and informative way. So grab a cup of tea and join the conversation as we awaken to natural health. Visit us at naturaltwincities.com.
Eat Local Minnesota is a great way to find locally owned Minnesota restaurants and food purveyors. You'll find high-quality food and unique eating experiences with dishes from around the world. Just visit eatlocalminnesota.com for your next meal. Experience the revolutionary Cuban cooking at Victor's 1959 Cafe, the little piece of Cuba in South Minneapolis. It's an authentic taste of Cuban cuisine for any meal of the day. Favorites include the ropa vieja, sweet plantain omelet, seafood paella, and more. Victor's has their dining room open for seating with no reservations required. Located off 38th and Grand. More at victors1959cafe.com. Cafe Latte combines a cafe dining experience with gourmet quality food. Plus, you can still do online ordering and takeout, along with gift cards. Just go to cafelatte.com and choose from their ever-changing selection of award-winning salads, sandwiches, and soups. Cafe Latte is located off Victoria and Grand and online at cafelatte.com.
While I'm pregnant, I can keep our baby safe by not drinking, smoking, or using drugs. But how are we going to keep her safe after she's born?
When I grow up, I look forward to dancing in powwows, going to college, and being successful. But I don't want to be one of 3 American Indian women to be raped or sexually assaulted in her lifetime.
As relatives and friends of Native women, it is our responsibility to stand up and speak out for every woman's right to be safe in her home and the community.
Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
If you're someone that counts on AM 950 to bring you the latest in progressive politics, news, and talk, remember, we can't do it alone. Support our many great advertisers and let them know you heard about their business on AM 950. If you don't know who to talk to, simply write AM 950 on your receipt. AM 950 is supported by small, local businesses, so you're not only helping us and those businesses, but our local economy as well. For a complete list of our sponsors, log on to am950radio.com.
And we recently had Ernie and Denise Pack from Pac-Man Paranormal on talking about their work along with others helping to save Waverly Hills Sanatorium, a hugely popular and well-loved paranormal location. I urge everyone to seek out that episode from January 16th and listen to what is going on at Waverly Hills and to also support them in their endeavor to save Waverly Hills from mismanagement. Go to SaveWaverlyHills.com and sign the petition, and please consider making a donation via their GoFundMe page there. Please share out SaveWaverlyHills.com, and I mean that as the URL. Save that out. SaveWaverlyHills.com. Now, last week, I had talked about the metaphysical shop in Maplewood, Minnesota called Enchanted Boutique. They had some really tragic stuff happen to their store. Water main broke and destroyed basically all their stock in the store. But I'm happy to say that this week, Enchanted Boutique has opened up with limited stock, and that if you have a chance, go to Maplewood, Minnesota. I'm going to give you the address here right now. They're located at 1860 Beam Avenue in Maplewood. They're open. Go check it out. Honestly, like we said last week, this is not only community that is local, but it's community for the paranormal and metaphysical community. Go to Enchanted Boutique. They're open with some limited stock, but they're growing. They're getting back on their feet, and people like us are going to be the ones that are going to be able to help them with that. So please go to them. Once again, 1860 Beam Avenue in Maplewood. Also, you can go to their website, and that is enchantedboutiquemn.com. Okay, so please check that out. It's going to be, I'm going to be going there this week to talk to them anyway, and we're going to be talking a lot more about them in the weeks to come. And don't forget, Sunday nights at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Facebook pages, Things Network, Paranormal United Network, Devil Vision Media, Free Spirited, and MN Ghost Box, I do a live Spirit Box session. And basically what that is an opportunity not only to see some paranormal gear at work, but the possibility to reach out to your loved ones who have passed. This is a very positive program, and I hope you join us tonight to reach out to spirits. We've been doing a lot of good work reaching out to people's loved ones, and I tell you, it's a very uplifting program. And if you miss Ghostbox Radio with Greg Bakken Live, AM 950 replays these episodes Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, or you can listen anytime by going to Spotify or iTunes. After listening, please leave me a positive review. I would really, really appreciate it. And, we're just going to go into our guest today, Stephanie O'Reilly. She is the owner of the McIntyre Villa in Atchison, Kansas, a fantastic location. I really, really enjoyed it. And I know that I keep saying that. But you know what I think, Stephanie? I think that one of the things that really shows a paranormal investigator all the good stuff is by actually playing some evidence from a location.
Yes. Yep.
Now, you have nothing but evidence. It's amazing. Are you more of you got a lot of EVPs. Do you, in general, get EVPs at other locations that you go to? And I don't mean like the group, but you specifically.
No, it's yes and no. Lots of my EVPs that I have posted have been from my security cameras. So I don't take those with me. Right. So it's from the
Right. You don't set up security cameras really everywhere you go.
That was really smart to say, wasn't it? Thought I'd throw it out there.
I don't take my house with me. I leave it where in its foundation.
I told you I was obsessed with it. That's oh my gosh. So okay, yes, I don't take my house or security cameras with me, but I tell people I have no cameras hidden. They're out in the open. You can see them, but I tell people, let me check a camera if you want me to. That's where most of my EVPs come from. So that I don't get the same kind of EVPs as at other locations. Most of mine here we didn't hear it with our ears. We didn't record it on a recorder and then go back and then I check a camera. It's because something happened and I checked a camera for a specific reason, and that's how I heard most of those EVPs. Just by checking a camera because somebody asked me to.
Now, so we're going to play some stuff, and I think the stuff is pretty amazing. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it. Adam, I think once we play it, let's play it 3 times in a row so people can hear it and get through. Now, normally when we do these sort of things as investigators, we don't tell people what we hear because, we want people to figure it out. But, this is an hour-long program. So we're going to talk about what it is. I'm going to say what it is. We'll play it, then we can talk about it a little bit. So the first one, and how many babies do you have at the McIntyre Villa? And I don't mean the grown-up ones, right? But
those I have a lot. I don't know, honestly. I've heard a baby crying with my own ears in the basement, and then the one I think you're going to play was captured on somebody else's recorder in the kids' room.
Okay, so let's play that right now. Now, also, it should be pointed out, because I talked to Christy about it, that hello is her, right?
That hello is actually a lady named Brenda. She captured the baby crying.
But she didn't. But hello is
it's
Brenda,
okay.
right? Okay.
Yes, hello is Brenda. Yes, sorry. Yes, the baby crying is not Brenda, but Brenda is the one saying hello. And I don't know if she actually. I should probably ask her, but I don't think she heard the baby crying, but maybe she did, and that's why she was saying hello. But yeah, but that is her brain. That's not a ghost. That's not paranormal.
Thanks for that. Okay, all right. The next one then is it's just called Evil Laugh, and you know I it should be pointed out. I mean, correct me otherwise. There isn't negative energy at the villa, though, right? I mean, it's a positive place.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you know, yeah. So you don't think you think that there is something that there might be some stuff there that you maybe can't explain in terms of energy?
Yes, absolutely. Negative, like people getting, I don't know, like all scratched up or tripped or pushed, you know, stuff like that. No, I don't think so. But it does tell a lot of people to die. And a lot of F words.
So do I. I mean,
and you're not evil, so so I guess it's positive. It's a positive experience.
I'm misunderstood. That's all. I misunderstood. I'm not evil. I misunderstood.
But the laugh, it just sounds like a creepy evil laugh.
A little bit. Yeah. I played it and at this weekend I played it to the folks and they're just like, hell no. All right, let's do evil laugh. Number 2. So we just listened to about a minute of someone laughing, but that's pretty. I mean, that is an evil laugh. I like it.
Yeah, but that's an example of we didn't hear the laugh. I was actually there when it happened. We heard something fall above us. We were in the basement. We heard something fall above us, so I checked the camera to see what fell, and that's how we heard it.
Okay. Wow. And that's interesting that you are hearing this stuff only when you're specifically checking for something. I mean, there's how else would you do it, honestly? Because otherwise you'd be listening to the cameras for forever. I mean, you never have any time to do anything else.
Exactly. And I have plenty. I don't do anything else anyway. But I have plenty of time to do it. I don't. I'm not that crazy. But yeah, so that's why I tell people, even if somebody actually got touched in the dining room and they asked me to check the camera, and I did. That's how we heard that same laugh, but in the dining room, because he asked me to check a camera about him being touched. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, why don't we go on to the next one? It's a boy who says, haha, you can't get me. Adam, why don't we just play this one twice?
Then you can't get me. Ho ho. Then you can't get me. Ho ho.
That's pretty darn clear.
Yes, and that's another security camera catch. There was a wedding reception at the villa, and they were leaving at 7 p.m., but then I had a group checking in at 8 p.m. So I was up in the attic, and I was just trying to stay out of everybody's way so they could get their wedding stuff, and people out. And I just got on the camera because I wanted to see if they were still in the house or if they had left. And I heard that. And there was nobody. There were people around the house. There was, like down in the kitchen and stuff, but not that. And nobody with an accent.
Wow. And that is quite the accent. It's a boy, right? It's a boy.
It sounds like a boy to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he's saying, like something, you can't get me. So I have no idea. And it picks up on multiple cameras. So it's not just like the hallway camera. That actually picked up in the library, the dining room, the main stairwell, and oh gosh, I can't remember. I think a couple of rooms upstairs on the second floor. So it picked up on many cameras.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think we'll play one more before break. So why don't we do? And this one is actually, I feel kind of sad about this one a little bit. This is number 4, Adam. It's called "Come Back," and let's play that one 3 times.
Did you stop on? Okay. Bye. We'll be back. Did you stop on? Okay. Bye. We'll be back. Did you stop on? Okay. Bye. We'll be back.
So what you're hearing there is, and that's what makes me kind of sad, always when you're having spirits that are basically when you're saying, okay, we're going to go, goodbye, and you hear someone go, come back. You know, that's it. I don't think it's meant to be sad per se, but it's like, wow, it's a true interaction.
Yes, interactive. You say sad, I say kind of rude. I mean, it wasn't me here. I get called names.
So you turned it in about yourself. Okay, no, that's
Yeah,
cool.
I did. I sure did. I'm sorry. What?
What? No. I mean, someone had a beautiful experience, and here you are, but it didn't want me to come back.
You know, it's all about me. It's all about me.
No, I love it. Why don't we do this?
Oh my gosh, no, it's awesome. It is, and that group actually asked me to check the camera because they thought they heard something. And I was at home, and I tell people, I'm like, I stay up late. I mean, now that I have a haunted place, my schedule is weird. So I'm like, I have no problem. Just text me in the middle of the night. I'll check the camera. And they did. And that's how the comeback was. And I think that was on their very first visit, and they've been back many times. So,
No, that's good. Why don't we do this? Let's take our final break. We come back. We're going to finish our conversation with Stephanie O'Reilly. This is Ghostbox Radio.
Hi, I'm Claire Ferreira, president and owner of Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. My grandfather started Standard over 90 years ago, and we've been a family-owned company ever since, serving over 500,000 of our fellow Minnesotans. I'm proud to be the 4th generation of my family working in our business. And when we say we treat our employees and clients like family, we truly mean it. See how we can help your family stay comfortable all year long at standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com.
Hi, this is Ken Hageland, host of Living Healthy and Aging Well, inviting you to listen to our live call-in talk show airing every Saturday from noon to 1, where we talk about your health and your life and provide insights you need to know to live and age well. Each week we talk with guests who provide answers to important questions regarding health care, elder care, end-of-life care, and self-care for caregivers, and help you and your loved ones plan for the future and enjoy your highest quality of life today. Please join us every Saturday from noon to 1 on AM 950 for Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Would you let animals pick your insurance? Do you really need to experience mayhem to get the best rates? Or how about a celebrity quarterback or fake university saving you money? There's a lot of marketing stunts when it comes to insurance, but what you really need is someone looking out for you. Call Array Insurance, and they will work hard to find you the best insurance coverage and rates. So avoid gimmicks and call Cheryl at Array, 763-504-3067, or arrayinsurance.com. Array Insurance, working hard for you.
This is New Beginnings, hosted by award-winning broadcaster and speaker Freddie Bell.
Freddie, this generation of the baby boomers, people are living longer, so the baby boomers are taking care of elderly parents.
Let's talk about your health, and specifically, let's talk about Medicare. Our show features the concerns of America's 78 million baby boomers in employment, finance, health and nutrition, and even entertainment.
Join us for New Beginnings, Saturday mornings at 11, brought to you in part by Vision Loss Resources.
Hi, this is Laura, and I want to tell you about my family's favorite thing. It's our wood stove. We bought it about 14 years ago from Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces. And see, the wood stove has actually paid for itself because we can keep the main area that we live in toasty warm with this great moist heat. But more important than saving money, it has actually improved our lives. Having a fire simplifies life. It provides comfort. It sort of takes the chill out of winter.
I'm Peter Solak. In 1977, I started Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces, and I experienced the simple joy of warming myself by a fire. I also realized that the place and the way we embrace fire has evolved in a diversity of forms and styles. So at Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces, we have brought together the widest selection of our fireplace products and technical knowledge in the Twin Cities. Our mission is to use our knowledge to help you choose the design and function that is right for you and your home.
Visit Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces today and find the right fire for you.
And next week on Ghostbox Radio with Greg Bakken, we're going to have on some folks from Twin Cities Pagan Pride, as we're going to be talking about Paganicon, and that's going to be March 18th through the 20th, and we're going to have some folks on to talk about it. That's going to be held at the Crown Plaza in Minneapolis West, and once again, that's March 18th through the 20th. We're going to be talking about the convention and talking about a whole lot of other stuff, so please check it out and take part in it. For our final segment, we return to Stephanie O'Reilly, the owner of the McIntyre Villa in Atchison, Kansas. And we've been going through some EVPs. We have a couple more we want to get through, and I think some of these are great. Now, you had mentioned, Stephanie, that normally you get called names. Instead of someone wanting you to come back, they actually get called names. And we're fortunate enough to have that with us here right now, aren't we, in terms of an EVP?
Oh, yep, nice. I didn't know if you were going to play it. Awesome.
Yes, we are. Yes. Well, they said that the station said that they don't normally allow swear words like that, but they said it was because it was of you. They somehow know you and they were okay with it. So why don't we play number 5 here, and we won't call it what it is, and we'll just see if you can all pick it up.
Are you happy that we're in here? She's really screaming in that thing right now. I hate you, Stephanie. No, I'm not. I leave them right now. So bad. I'm really glad to stay here tomorrow by myself until people show up.
Why don't we let's play it one more time, and then we'll let people in on what was being said there.
Are you happy that we're in here? She's really screaming in that thing right now. I hate you, Stephanie. No, I'm not. I leave them right now. So bad. I'm really glad to stay here tomorrow by myself until people show up.
So what we get is a spirit says, "No, I'm not," and then what did they say after that, Stephanie? What was that? I didn't quite get that. What was that?
I didn't hear anything. No,
yeah, right. Yeah, right.
It said, "No, I'm not. Stupid, dumb, B word," and then that creepy laugh.
The return of that wonderful laugh. Wow. So
yes.
Good to see that you're famous and so yeah, okay. So why don't we end up with there's one more, and it's a short one, and we could play that one 3 times. Number 6, please, Adam. It's like you have a cast member from the stage play Oliver there or something. Hello, just.
Yes, I actually sent that to a few of my friends, and they asked if it was me, because I do. No professional here, like I said earlier. I do say hello a lot, and it does sound like me, but it's not me. And I actually have video of different angles in the basement where I was captured. It's not me. I say hello, but then the response was the hello, not me.
That's really interesting, actually, because I didn't know that when you sent that to me. Because there's that one, haha, you can't catch me one. That's a English accent, a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought, my goodness, that probably means that there's like maybe some British people there or something. But it's possible then that this is a spirit mimicking you, perhaps.
The LO part, probably it might be, and
For
some
that
people,
one, yeah.
right. Some people ask if some people think it sounds like a parrot. I'm like, I don't know if it sounds like a parrot. Do I sound like a parrot?
Well,
but
to some apparently.
But also it's closer to like the microphone than like when I say hello. We didn't hear it. I just actually somebody did capture that on their recorder on the main floor, but we were in the basement because you can hear very clearly voices or walking around. If you're in the basement and somebody's walking around on the main floor, you can hear it. So she captured on a recorder on the main floor. That's when I checked the cameras and I was like, oh crap, that's me. I know it's me. But then I got on a different camera, a different angle. I'm like, oh, it's not. So there is something that mimics people.
That's just great, right?
Yeah.
So we have about 2 minutes left. What can people do if they want to investigate the McIntyre Villa? What are their options?
They can get on my website. Don't judge. I did it myself. It looks like poop, but 1889McIntyrevilla.com. There's a calendar on there. They can see what is available and then send me an email. They can call me. They can book it with a $100 deposit and it holds a date for them. Most of my weekends are booked through the rest of the year. At least my Saturdays. I do have plenty of weekdays available. They can call me. They can just email me if they want, which is 1889McIntyrevilla@gmail.com.
And one of the things I think is really interesting, and please do so, folks, and on your Facebook and on your website and Facebook page, you have a lot of pictures of the interior of the place.
Yes.
You got to check this out, folks. Honestly, the inside and we have just about a minute left. How much work did you have to do on the inside of this place to get it to be as beautiful as it is?
Well, people can actually get on Zillow and type in 1301 Kansas Avenue, and they can see what it looked like when I bought it 4 years ago. It was updated. It was decorated for like the 70s, but the most recent owners bought it in 69. So that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So I did basically just cosmetic, just painting, brought in all the furniture, chandeliers, ripped up the shag carpeting, finished the floors. And by me, I didn't. It was just done. I had it done, I guess. Mm-hmm. So, but nothing like, I didn't do any like constructural kind of, updates or anything. It's just all decorative.
And the room layout hasn't changed since you got it. It's exactly how it was, right?
Correct. Except for the kitchen used to be the mud room, but other than that, everything is the same.
That's just amazing. Folks, check it out. And I really do want folks, if you want to go on a paranormal weekend, please check out this. And plus, Christy and I are going to be doing an event at the McIntyre July 8th, which is going to be pretty awesome too. So with that being said, Stephanie O'Reilly is the owner of the haunted McIntyre Villa in Atchison, Kansas. And please go to the Facebook page. Please go to 1889 McIntyre Villa. Check it out. Stephanie, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much. I had so much fun.
I hope to have you back.
Thank you. Oh, you will.
Oh, great. That's a promise.
Okay.
This is Ghostbox. This is Ghostbox Radio. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next week.
Hello, this is Ellie Krug with Ellie 2.0 Radio. Now my show will be on Saturdays from 10 to 11 and replayed on Sundays from 1 to 2. You will get to the best of Ellie 2.0 with talking about idealism with guests who come in and